back with today's moms to learn how to tame morning mania. You probably started out the school year with the best of intentions, but still, just getting the kids up and out of the house has become a total nag fest.
That's
I like
right.
that word.
Today's mom contributor, AMY McCREADY, has some tips to get kids and parents back on the right track. She is the founder of Positive Parenting Solutions.
And she always actually really has them. Have you noticed?
Know, we do
a lot
like
of people
that.
talk about it, but she shows up and actually gives you great advice.
Thank
good
you.
to see you.
It's good to see you
A lot
both.
of parents wind up nagging their
Yes.
kids, especially in the morning. They're late, the bus is out there.
They
we
think
get
that's
into
their
that
job,
mode,
right?
Well, I think most parents wake up intending for it to be a really good day, but then it turns into this big nag fest.
Yeah.
They're nagging and reminding and yelling at their kids to do the things that they already know they're supposed to do.
Sure.
Such as?
Well, get dressed, eat
Brush your
breakfast, you have your
teeth.
homework, you have your lunchbox, and then after all this nonsense, they get them out the door and they have this feeling like, oh, another day that started off on a bad note for everybody.
What should kids do without being reminded? Like, what are the things they should do for sure?
Well, by the time they're 4 or 5 years old, they should be able to get themselves up on their own, remember all the daily things they need for school and get out the door on time without reminders from mom and dad.
You talk about the fact that we enable our children in some bad behaviors by if your child is chronically late and you keep making it okay for them, or your child forgets something at the house all the time, and we're in the car and we're going to, you say, what should we do in cases like that?
Well, there are a couple of strategies that we can use. The first one is implementing what's called a when-then routine.
Yeah.
And when-then routines are great because it requires that all the yucky stuff, the things that you remind them to do every day, that has to happen before the more fun parts of the routine, like breakfast or playtime or TV time. So it sounds like when you're dressed, your bed is made, your hair's combed, your backpack and lunchbox are by the door, then come and join us for breakfast. So if they dawdle and don't get everything done, well then the consequence is they may miss out on breakfast or their playtime.
And yet you don't want to send your kid off to a school day without breakfast, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
That's right. And you know what will happen? They may be a little bit uncomfortable that first day, but they're not going to starve to death. Right. And I promise you, the next day, they're going to be getting through the morning routine quickly to get it all done.
What about, I know some parents do charts and stuff. They want to make sure that their kids follow along. Is that a good idea?
That's a great idea. That's setting them up for success. So if we implement this when-then routine, work with a child to develop the chart, either with pictures or words, so they can see what they have to do, and then put that on their bedroom door or wherever they'll see it, so it's a visual reminder.
How do you feel about the whole TV or a computer in the bedroom?
I really don't advise that at all. Right. Number one, it's a distraction.
That's what makes them late half the time is they're on the computer.
And then, and you're also not able to monitor it very easily when it's in their room. So that way, if you can kind of have all of the yucky stuff done, all the things they have to do before you allow them to have any TV time or computer time.
And what about when kids get older too? Because sometimes you wind up nagging your kids long through junior high and high school, not for lunchbox things, but for other things.
I text my nags now.
The beauty of technology. Right?
Don't forget church Sunday morning.
But for the school morning, a great way to handle older kids is to implement what we call the no rescue policy. And that's what you were kind of talking about earlier. A no rescue policy puts the child totally in charge of the morning routine.
And their own destiny.
That's right. So we'll sit down with them and say, you know what, you're really growing up. And part of growing up is taking responsibility for yourself. And so now you're going to be in charge of the morning routine. So it's your job to set your alarm. And if you don't set it or you sleep through it, I'm not going to wake you up. You're going to have to explain to the principal why you're late. If you forget your homework or your lunchbox, that's going to be your problem. And that takes courage because
it is. And you also don't want them to think you're a bad mother because you're not helping them.
Right.
That's right.
It is such a
to that point, we kind of do worry about what teachers think, but you can always bring them into the loop and let them know what you're doing.
Thanks, Amy.
They're on to us anyway, right? Thank you so much.